ahead of the final against Vanuatu for the Overseas Nations Cup. Darren, can you give us your thoughts ahead of the final?
Yeah, I mean, we're excited to be in the final. You know, we're sort of exactly where we wanted to be. We came into the tournament, you know, preparing to try to win the trophy and to navigate through the group stage and through the semi-final safely, as we have. You know, we've been pretty good. I feel like we've progressed every game. So we're in a pretty good place. Boys are back at the hotel recovering from the game yesterday. So yeah, it's a final. Every footballer wants to play in finals. They're big games. Now it's Vanuatu. It's going to be a big crowd, so there'll be some challenges around that, and I'm sure that the Vanuatu team will be really up for it. You know, it's a massive game for both teams. So I feel like they had a really big battle yesterday against Fiji, which was tough for them. But you know, now once you're in a final, you know they'll rise up to that challenge, I'm sure. So it'll be a tough game.
Is there any possibilities after beating them 4-0 in the group stage that there might be a little bit of complacency amongst your players?
Well, I mean, that's the challenge now. When this sort of thing happens, you do always look at the team that won the game and think what's their mentality, and the team that lost and what's their mentality. So, you know, our job now as coaches is to ensure that the players, you know, understand that and that game is gone. It's a different challenge, and they need to come into this game with the same focus and preparation as they did previously, without taking that into consideration. So it's not something I worry about, because I think the players are aware of the different game. But definitely, I think it's something, if I was Vanuatu, I'd probably use to go. You know, we'll be a different team this time, and they've got no pressure on them potentially, because 2 games ago that was the scoreline. But we all know it's a game of football, and it's a final.
And it's going to be the biggest day in the history of Vanuatu football, so there'll be a lot of emotion riding, you know, through the crowds and through the players. So is that going to be a special challenge for your team?
Yeah, it will be. But you know, good players like playing in good crowds. You know, so I think if you asked all of our players, they'd prefer to play with a big crowd, whether that's against them or not. You know, footballers like big crowds. It's you know, why they play the game almost, to entertain and to play in those big pressure moments. So yeah, I think grand finals are what people strive to play in. You don't get many of them through your careers, so yeah, it'll be a special moment for all of us, for both teams. Very special for obviously Vanuatu being the home nation and their first final. So, you know, that's really understandable, the sort of backing that they'll get, and yeah, we accept that, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
What finals did you play in yourself that you can share your experience with the players?
Well, I try not to talk about my career as a player. It was a long time ago. I played in a couple of games. Had a playoff game once for Watford in the Championship at Wembley, which was cool. But you know, I look back on a lot of the coaching moments I've had in sort of 17s, 20s, especially here in the islands, and we've navigated pretty safely at times through these tournaments to qualify for World Cups. And it's just about being concentration, discipline, professional in all moments of the game.